Quick question. Do you believe that your thoughts can shape your reality? Anyone? Great, great. I'll take that as yes. So, good afternoon, everyone. This question sums up the essence of the topic that we would be exploring here today, which would be 15 to 20 minutes long. And I would appreciate for if you all give participation for me to reach that time. And please hold on to your train of thoughts till the end of it because we'll also be having a question and answer session. Now, let me take you all to the year 2021, just virtually. It is not worth going back at all. We were all surviving our way and completing 2 years of lockdown frenzy. I think for most of us, the only major source of entertainment was social media and all the innovative and crazy TikTok trends and reels getting viral. Among all those, one word particularly stood out to me, and literally everyone I knew was obsessed and is obsessed with it. I remember there was a week when every article I read about, every influencer's post, and forget about that, even talking to a friend or colleague or the mainstream media, that word was popping in one form or another each and every time. No, if anyone's thinking about Dalgona coffee, it was not that word, but that would be an interesting topic for the next speech. The word in question here is manifest. Manifest. Not a new word, not a new meaning, but the unprecedented grip that it has on people since few years is definitely new. But behind this fancy term lies a concept that has been foretold to us since ages. In Sanskrit, there is a saying, Shubhashubham phalam vrikshasya tasya yogen dridhata, which translates to the good or bad fruit of a tree depends on the firmness of its root. This quote highlights the power of our thoughts to strengthen and weaken our roots, which ultimately shapes the outcome. If I have to define it in a single line, it would be the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Manifestation is the idea that our thoughts and belief have the power to shape our reality. The basic premise is that if we focus our thoughts on a particular outcome, we can manifest that into our lives. For example, let's say we want to achieve a goal. So first step for us would be to start believing that it is possible. The next step would be to visualize not us just achieving the goal, but the steps that we will have to take to achieve that. This positive thinking and visualization then can help us to manifest our desired outcome. Recently, one of my closest friend cleared her CA exam. It was her second attempt for the last level. So when she failed the last exam, the first level, so at the first attempt, when I talked to her, she was demotivated and skeptical about her own caliber and preparation. She said that I have already given the best I could. I read all the material, I have given all the mocks. What else could I do? Maybe it is just not meant for me. What if I fail for the second time? I have invested 3 to 4 years on this. What if it just never works out? So many negative thoughts popped into her mind, which is pretty realistic and understandable. We will all have that emotions. Now, fast forward few months later, I got a call from her, and she cheerfully announced, "Hey, change my name in your phone. Add CA before that." And little did she know, I already had her number saved as CA and her name. So, but I was curious. I asked her like how you sailed through that negative mindset, and she said, "I manifested this day." She told me that even if she was having the worst day of her life, she would look into the mirror in the morning and would say positive affirmations like, "I can do it. I am prepared for it." Even in the worst case scenario, I am strong enough and tough enough to navigate these situations. She even showed me, because I was skeptical, she showed me the diary where she had written how she had visualized her exam day, how she will feel before, during, and after her exams, and couple all this with the sheer hard work and steps she actually did to paint that picture into reality. But me being me, even after listening to my friend's story, success story, and countless of others on media, I was I was still a bit confused about this manifesting thing. It seemed to me like a fairy tale getting sold to those who are desperately looking out for ways to achieve their goals. It seemed like it is little too easy, little too unrealistic, but I couldn't have been more wrong. What if I told you that somehow, unconsciously or consciously, we let our thought manifest our each and every day? Looking back, I realized that I have also been doing this. So, any of the exams, especially maths, or the times when I felt that I was unprepared for it. So, what I used to do is I would think myself how I'm feeling after the exam. I am at home watching Netflix, eating the best possible food, talking with my parents, and chilling out with my friends. So now that I see back at it, I used to even myself subconsciously feed those positive emotions into my brain to get me through that negative aura that I have created myself. And trust me, the I would say that there are times that it would work for you, and there are times that it won't work for you. Also, it is easier said than done. But definitely, we won't get to know until we give ourselves a chance. Now, let me give you another more relatable scenario. So, have you ever woken up on the wrong side of the bed and suddenly everything seems to be going wrong? Your coffee spills on your shirt, you hit every red light on your way to work, and your boss yells at you for something that you haven't even done or you have no idea about. It's like the whole universe is conspiring against you. But what if I told you that you have the power to change that? You have the power to shift your thoughts and turn that bad day into a good one. It all starts with one positive thinking. Now, to be clear, I am not suggesting that you start wearing rose colored, pink tinted glasses and ignore all the problems in your life. We are not living the Bollywood dream life. There is no background music playing around. There are no backup dancers going to jump in and make you feel giddy. So that's not realistic at all. But what am I suggesting is that you start focusing on the good instead of the bad. Instead of dwelling on that one moment or one negative comment from your boss or whoever, think about all the positive feedbacks you have received in the past. Instead of complaining about the traffic on your commute, think about how lucky you are to have a job that allows you to pay your bills and enjoy the things you love. And let's try to bring the life to the term carpe diem. Trust me, I know it's not at all easy. I get it. But the good news is that you can always train your brain to think positively. It's like going to the gym. It takes time and effort, but the results are worth it. There are some of the books, I'm pretty sure most of you would have heard some of it, on manifesting and the power of thought. My favorite would be The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So when she published the book in the year 2006, it was criticized because people said that we don't die of cancer because we fail to manifest enough positive thoughts to ward off the disease. It's not how it works. How are you saying that just having positive thoughts would sail you through your life? But it was Rhonda who had the last laugh because The Secrets has sold 30 million copies since then and still is one of the most bestsellers book of all time. There is another one, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent. So all the readers, please go ahead and give it a shot. Uh, Other than books, the second thing I would suggest is to start by practicing gratitude. Every day, take a moment to think about something you are grateful for. It can be as simple as having a warm bed to sleep in, or a pet that greets you with a wagging tail. Surround yourself with positive people who lift you up instead of bringing you down. And when those negative thoughts creep in, and because let's be real, they will, acknowledge them, but don't dwell on them. Replace them with a positive thought instead. Now, don't get me wrong. Positive thoughts are great, but they don't mean a thing if you don't take action. It's like saying you're going to get in shape. Now, let's take Vidushi's great example. If she would have just thought, okay, I need to be fit, and she never decided to join gym at all, so would it have been possible for her to get the confidence that she had today? No, right? So another example would be, let's say you are saying you are going to start a business, but all you do is dream about it. I mean, imagine if Thomas Edison had just sat around thinking about inventing a light bulb, but never actually did something about it. We had all been sitting in the dark, wondering what to do with ourselves now. And let's not forget the infamous Nike slogan, just do it. They didn't say just think about it and hope it happens. They said just do it. So taking action is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Manifestation does not and will never equals to daydreaming, but it is on us to take charge of our dreams and put all the extra work and the conscious effort that would needed for us to reach that dream. It is never possible. I haven't seen anyone who has said that I have watched in the lockdown, I have watched 20 fitness videos and now I have lost 20 kgs or I have my dream body. I have never seen anyone like that. So I am not proponing that just buy a new diary today and start writing, I'll be billionaire and next day you are a billionaire. No, no. Until unless you hit a lottery or something, it simply doesn't work like that. All I'm saying is that you shouldn't let your negative thoughts pull you down, and keep yourself updating with replacing those negative thoughts with positive scenarios as much as you can. So now reaching to the conclusion part of it, I believe that the power of thoughts is real and it can make a significant difference in your life. So next time you're having a bad day, take a deep breath and remember, you have the power to turn it around. Thank you so much. Now I'll open the floor for you all to chime in and ask any questions that you have. Thank you.
Shambhavi, I can go first. That was a wonderful speech full of positivity. My question to you is that what each and every word line that you have said was extremely positive, encouraging, and I think I have written lot of key takeaways from your speech. My question would be that how you personally in your life try to stay positive all the time, because it's not easy to stay positive all the times. It's extremely human nature that you get caught up with negative thoughts. So how you manage to come out of those negative thoughts and get back to your positive side? Yeah.
Thank you, Shivani, for your compliment and this great question. So first of all, I don't believe that our life should be always positive. I mean to say that it shouldn't be negative as well, but we won't have as much fun if we are just sloping upward, right? It's like a roller coaster. We have to have those ups and downs in our life. So, but for me, my source of motivation and what keeps me going would be my family and friends. No matter how hard the situation is, I believe that if I have my people around, people I know who will give me the right suggestion, the guidance, and the energy to get through it, then I can pretty much get through any of the situation. So that would be one thing. The second thing would be, it is very difficult to not think about the negative thing. It's like saying, if you are going down, if I say don't think of elephant, then all of us are thinking about elephants, right? So it takes a lot of practice to I so what I do is I use distractions to not think about that particular event that is bringing negativity into my life, and just to think about something else for the time being. It could be any sort of distraction that gets you going. So probably these two would be what works for me. Hope that answers your question, and thanks
Yes,
for that question.
yes, Shambhavi, thank you so much. Requesting others to please come forward and ask any question since
Hi,
it's Q&A.
Shambhavi. I'm audible.
Hi, Inderpreet. Yes.
Yeah. So like my question is like I'm trying to go to gym from last 4 months and already paid the fees. So like but I'm always high motivated on Sunday that from Monday I'm going to go to the gym. But since the Monday arrive and I wake up in the morning, I say okay, we'll start from the next month. So what can I do? Like I'm a very active in other sports, but when it's come to the gym, I'm always lazy. So what can I do? Like I'm not sure.
Okay, so thank you, Inderpreet, for this very interesting and relatable question. So I was exactly in that phase just 1 month back. I wanted to try gym. I had never been into gym. So I was like, let's see the hype and how I like it or not. So I went there for a day or two and it was okay. I was not enjoying myself that much as others, but so for me, I realized that I am more into sports rather than gym. So now I decided to enroll myself into badminton and swimming classes, which I am going regularly. So for me, it worked because I realized that this is something I don't want and this is something I want. So I decided to pursue the wantness, what I could work for me. So probably the first thing you can do is to see why you don't want to be in the gym. Maybe you just don't like the vibe, the surrounding, you don't like the machines. I don't like the machines. So that was clear for me. Secondly, you have to focus on the goal. What motivated you? What made you to think about even going to the gym? There must have been some sort of mindset you had. So focus on that and wake up. You have to do the task. As I said, you won't be fit just by looking at the bodybuilders and all. So please do the task. That's something you will have to do. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Thanks, Shambhavi. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Anyone else?
Yes, Shambhavi, I have a question.
Yes, Mayank.
Okay, so when usually we are in wholesome state, we are happy and we do whatever we want to do, and good habits are easy to follow. But when we are down and we are in unwholesome state, at that moment, so usually we don't feel confident enough to face people or to do good things. So for me, my transportation vehicle that bring me from unwholesomeness to wholesomeness, misery to blissfulness is meditation and running. So what is your transportation medium? What you do in that kind of situation?
That is a really good question. I would have to think it through. So as I said, my transportation medium would be reading. I like reading a lot. So definitely not anything related to subject matter. I don't do that. But I am interested into astronomy, reading about stars, galaxies, and what sort of things is going on, or anything that is little bit mystery to me. So that gets me out of that rut that I am having, that mindset. Secondly, I feel that being in nature somehow uplifts your mood even without trying. There has been scientific proof that if you look at water, still water for a while, you will feel happy. So I have also tried doing that. Go on a trip if you are in a situation where you can't get away by trying mundane things. So just go on a trip with your friends. For even a short trip will do. For me, it works. So not only I get to share my problems with my friends, I also spend time with nature away from my screen time and the regular things. So for me, that would be my bliss. And thank you for the question. Hope that answers.
Thank you.
Hi, Shambhavi.
Yes, hi Vidushi.
I would like to ask you, is there anything which you would like to manifest right now, which you feel that would come true in future?
Yeah. Okay, there is one. So as I mentioned that, thank you for that question. As I mentioned that I have recently joined badminton and swimming. Swimming, I'm pretty okay with it, but I realized that the academy that I have joined, there are national and international level players. So for me, right now, I have zero stamina compared to them. I am almost crying every day. So for now, I would like to manifest myself, not to be at that level probably, but to somewhat even near to them would be definitely a good start for me. So I am putting my work and having a positive outlook towards it, but let's see. So thank you for that question.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, I think we had enough questions. I met the timeline also. And thank you so much, all of you, for the interesting questions and your participation. So I would like to complete my speech by saying that think positive and be positive, not in a corona way, but in your mindset way. And thank you so much.
Wonderful.